Commitment 2020 coverage continues with team coverage tonight, as there is still no winner yet in the race for the White House. Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Ketz.
And I'm Laura Moritz. Election officials in some key states continue to count ballots as the nation awaits the outcome of the race between the president and Democrat Joe Biden. Biden is ahead and inching closer to that 270 mark that he needs to win. President Trump's campaign has filed lawsuits in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia tonight.
We begin our team coverage with KMBC 9's Bree Jackson following the president's campaign from our Washington bureau.
Tonight, the Trump campaign is playing defense, looking at a handful of states on the map and pivoting from battlegrounds to legal battle. Today, the Trump campaign filed lawsuits in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, calling for those states to stop vote counts. The Trump campaign's concerns range from demanding better access for campaign observers to absentee ballot concerns. It's important to note that election night results are usually unofficial, and it takes states time to count and verify all the ballots, especially this year as we've seen an unprecedented amount of mail-in votes. Officials in key states are still scrambling to get them counted, causing a delay in the reporting of results. In addition to lawsuits, the Trump campaign says it plans to demand a recount in Wisconsin, a state Joe Biden is projected to win by less than 1 percentage point. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson.
Now, Joe Biden stopped short of declaring victory, adding he's confident he is on track to win the race.
Joe Biden has received more than 71 million votes. That's the most votes received by a presidential candidate in history. KMBC 9's Sally Kidd is in Wilmington, Delaware with the Biden campaign.
One of the states the Biden campaign is closely watching is the Peach State, where some final vote totals could come in overnight. Now, those final ballots are being counted as we speak. Georgia is a reliably red state that hasn't voted for a Democrat since 1992. A shift in demographics has made it more competitive, and Biden saw an opportunity to possibly expand the map. The president's lead there has gradually narrowed throughout the day. Earlier, Biden stopped short of declaring victory, but said he feels confident he will win.
Once this election is finalized and behind us, it'll be time for us to do what we've always done as Americans, to put the harsh rhetoric of the campaign behind us, to lower the temperature.
So a big day for Joe Biden. He's also projected to win 2 states in the Rust Belt, Michigan and Wisconsin, narrowing President Trump's path to victory. The campaign also looking out west to Arizona and Nevada, both states that could put him over the top. Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Sally Kidd.
Many Kansas Cityans are anxious as the vote count in the presidential race continues. Tonight, KMBC 9's Brian Johnson has reaction as both sides hope for victory.
It's a pop-up sale near 130th and State Line Road. For a limited time, Bramford Glass sells flags, signs, and hats for a candidate he loves.
It's been really good, especially today, to hear the honks and everything. That the crisis that we're in now is pretty bad.
20 minutes north at Mill Creek Park, same type of pop-up sale, same enthusiasm, different ticket.
I have friends that are, very pragmatic and wait and let's see, but I've been very optimistic for quite a while.
2 men selling the same types of products, both hoping for a positive outcome.
I don't want to go too far one way or the left or the right, but we need to figure out a happy median. It's the same country.
More people came out this year than ever before, and I think it's a sign of this past administration.
Blue or red, as Americans, we all want the same thing.
We need to find a way to join together and not hate everybody that's either on the left or the right.
It seems right now especially, kindness is everything. Brian Johnson, KMBC 9 News.
Both men say they'll sell their gear until it runs out or until demand drops.
A pair of Park University professors think this will all be over soon. At a day after talk, they think Biden is within reach of clinching the race. Matt Harris says the president's call for a recount to close the gap in the vote count won't work.
I think Scott Walker, the former governor of Republican governor of Wisconsin, saying, when Trump was talking about, the Trump campaign was talking about a recount, saying recount might get you 200-300 votes. You're down by 20,000.
Professor Jack Adam McLennan says a Biden presidency won't ease tensions between the U.S. and its main world rivals. Missouri set a record for voter turnout yesterday with more than 3 million Missourians casting a ballot. That's a 70% turnout. The Kansas Secretary of State predicted a 70% turnout, but the state has yet to release final vote totals. As those votes are counted, stay with KMBC 9 News for the latest results on air and anytime at KMBC.com.